What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. When was the last time you seen a man's man? Excuse the... I just finished working out, so I'm doing these. Using Jim Brown as the thumbnail, if you don't know who that is. That's the 60s. And Jim Brown was viewed as a man's man. Like, tough, smart, intimidating, yet heroic. You get what I'm saying? A guy that you would go to battle with, but also a guy that you would want to debate for you, and a guy who will fight for right and justice and this, that, and the third, including that man behind me, would be considered a man's man. But it's 2022, Starship Enterprise log. And when's the last time we've considered a man a man's man? This is a male issue for sure, because that seems to be so, sometimes it feels like a different generation. I would say Ray Lewis is probably the last of the Mohicans per se. A guy who's intimidating, dominating, but also his spirituality balances it out. But now we see people who are sometimes looked at as heroic, but lacking in masculinity. We live in an era where people try to put masculinity on themselves because it's not in them anymore. Thus all the beards, the tattoos. You kind of see this posture and this alpha acting. You get what I mean? And you see people trying to do things. Like I saw, like they have the lumberjack, like a lumberjack Olympic type, but they have a chainsaw. And I'm thinking to myself, that's a chainsaw. It's not really that manly to use a chainsaw. Just use an axe. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see who's the best, use an axe. Take it back to the old school. Same thing like with the bodybuilding. I don't think y'all realize that bodybuilding, back, when people think about Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lee Haney, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno, that era, there was also powerlifting in that. So the bodybuilders were powerlifters also. And they would do both, in the same weekend rather. So now you're looking at it and it's like, it's just for show. It's just for show. So now, I've talked about it before, how you got young men and grown men who can't even change a tire. You get what I'm saying? Can't change oil, and won't get online and figure out how to do it themselves. And it's like, wait a minute. Where has the category of a man's man gone? When we look at who's manly, and now all of a sudden they become soft athletes and soft rappers who try to look hard. That's bad. That's very bad. So even though we're in an era of the manosphere era, some of the tactics that some of the men use are not masculine. You get what I'm saying? Some of those things are passive aggressive, and they're antagonizing, and they're soft, and they're weak, and it's in a manipulative genre of what you would consider being an adult, which would be considered more feminine. And I think a lot of times when somebody's actually a man's man, even men and women get intimidated by that, because all of a sudden that's too much. You know, I think we're just on the verge of playing. If you're a gun nut, oh, he's a man's man. No, you just can't fight and you scared, and so you bought a gang of guns. That's all that is. If you can fight, can you fix a car, cut some grass or roof? I'm a man's man, but I'm scared of heights. I'm scared of heights, and I don't do manual labor. It's like, all right, man. You know, you like playing football. You like hitting people. Well, I don't want to get hit. You know, or you'll like the physicality of that, but then you dress up like Prince after the game is over and before the game. And it's like, I'm going to kill you on that field. Dude, wait until I blitz. And it's like, come on, bruh. What are we eating after the game? You want some pancakes? Anyway, man, I'm petty for that. I don't care, though. But what happened to, like, and people say, because the fathers are not in the house. Yeah, but no, because I see a lot of kids actively avoiding their fathers. It's not just the mothers, it's the children, even when they're teenagers and adults, actively running. Because there are a lot of kids, there are a lot of young boys and grown men actively avoiding the men, really manly men in their family, because they want to be more fashionista. So it's become a choice at this point. But tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch you on the next one. Peace.